Greens guys, morning, welcome back to the channel. What are we doing today, Adam?
So we thought we'd have a game together, which is very unusual, and we're in a professional event as well, which is even more unusual.
Very unusual. So we're here at Cruise Hill Golf Club for PGA East Region 4-ball, better ball qualifying.
Yes.
So Golf Break sponsoring.
Yeah,
What's the crack?
So we've got better ball today, so me and you. Out with two guys as well, so we'll obviously have a little chat with them and see what they're like filming wise,
yes.
And see what we can get on course for you. But yeah, we've got here, we're about an hour and 10 minutes before the tee time, so the M25 wasn't too bad this morning, which was quite nice. And yeah, we're just going to have a little bit of a warm up, hit some shots, get some speed of the greens, and then get out there and get amongst it.
Exactly.
Most importantly, there's a lot of blue sky.
It is an absolutely stunning day. So my first event left-handed, a little nervous if I'm honest. You're carrying a little bit of a cricketing injury as well.
Yeah, I've managed to dislocate my finger on Saturday, little finger, left hand, so we've taken some drugs and we'll see how it goes.
We'll be all right. So hopefully we'll see you a bit on the way round, but we'll have a catch up after the event.
Okay guys, so as you can see, we are back from Cruise Hill. We've had a couple of days to regroup and we're pretty pleased with our outcome. So 1 under par, which I think on the day, if you'd have said that before we teed off, we would have took it.
Definitely would have taken 1 under. Some real proper highlights in there. Like you played really well. So 1 under par. We were only 2 shots away from actually qualifying for the national final.
That's crazy.
Which would have been mental. Like we finished in the top 20 tied positions from 50 pairs. Beat a lot of good pairings. Like really good pairings. We played with the guys. We played with shot 7 under and won the event.
It was 6 under front 9.
Yeah.
With a hole in one.
Yes, amazing.
And honestly, the least celebrated hole in one you'll ever see.
Yeah.
So the
a bit embarrassed,
PJ guy was in a buggy next to the green.
Yeah.
It hits this side of the green, goes all the way across, goes in.
Never apologise. Never.
Don't apologise for that. Whatever you do.
No. Come on. Love it.
Get that in there. Fantastic.
So good. Well done.
He never reacted.
No, exactly.
Never. Like, they even changed the expression on his face. Drove down and went.
We didn't see it going because it's on the top of the hill.
If you can't find his ball, it's in the hole. And we were like, yeah, good one. And he's like, no, it's in the hole. And we were like, all right. He's still not smiling at this point.
So how do you feel he played?
Personally, like, I feel like it's probably one of the better driving days I've had in a long time. So it felt like driver was literally on a piece of string. Like it was like point and press. I struck, like I say, I think teed the green, I struck it really nicely, chipped the ball okay, just didn't hold enough putts really. Yeah, could have potentially, again, I know everyone in the field will say the same thing, could have potentially held a lot more putts. And you had, one funny looking back now, but the fairways were very undulating. Yeah. And you found yourself, or we both found ourselves, always the ball run to the bottom where the grass was longer. Yeah, it was quite thick and quite fluffy. So on when the fairway, it sat on it, it was almost like sat above. On a tuft, and you had a few that came out. The one out on the back nine, I've hit pitching wedge, and I thought that is going to be so good, and it literally just sailed out the back. So massive flyer from the middle of the fairway, which you can't do anything about, but it is frustrating when you've like found the fairway, found the bit you should do, and still get that. And I think if you then extrapolate that out for the rest of the field, I can imagine that's a similar story. If you spoke to the rest of the field, they got similar things. And the greens weren't particularly easy. No. I didn't think they were the fastest greens that we ever played on. No. Certainly uphill they were very slow. In comparison to to what we play, and they are quite slopey, some of those greens. It's a really nice golf course. I think we did well that we'd already played the golf course before, so we did know where holes were going. When we both didn't really remember too much, but then it's one of those things that once you get out there, you're like, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, I remember where we got to go here. Definitely. So it's a typical North London course. It's quite compact. Like if you stand on the tee here, you've got a green here and a tee box there, and it is all quite on top of each other, but they haven't got an awful lot of space. No, definitely not. So but yeah, it's a nice golf course. Some good undulation drops, some nice dogleg holes, and some nice shorter par 4s, some longer ones. Yeah. Some gettable par 5s, but again, even the gettable par 5s are quite tight. Yes, you've got to be in play off the tee, and that was worldy 4. Yeah, great. Absolute worldy 4. So pulled right off the tee. It's on a par 5, and very close to being into an out of bounds post that we didn't actually know was there.
No, we didn't know it was internal out of bounds.
So like you've gone to knock it forwards, it's like rattled around in the trees and then popped out fairway side.
Yeah.
You then checked with me to where I was.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you go.
Yeah.
He then hit like 3-wood from like 235 to about 12 foot, and I was just like, well, that's me not required then.
Yeah. And rolled it in. That's lovely. Yeah. And it was nice to feel like I contributed. So I think I was on the card 4 or 5 times, including a birdie and a couple of pars. Just when you didn't manage to get up and down, and it felt like I was always either there or was only one more shot away. So I felt like when we got round to the green area, I had a chance if I up and down to make a par to give you a chance at the birdie. You know, so it felt like even though I'm obviously a much higher handicap than anybody else playing in the field, and you played really, really well, that I still felt like I was part of the team. I was definitely felt like you know, there's obviously going to be holes where I blow it away off the tee and I'm nowhere in play, but I only really mishit probably 3 tee shots that I'd really want back.
And we maybe got off to a slightly different start in terms of the order we went.
Yes.
So I went first off the first tee because my view was, if you want to go first, you do whatever, and then I'll just do whatever I need to do behind you. Yeah. And we actually switched that on the third.
Which was on the fourth, which is the birdie hole. Yeah, it was interesting.
So I went first. We literally spoke through a plan. I went first, and then you just did whatever you were going to do.
So basically what it was that you would play as you were playing on your own.
Yeah.
And I would then back up what was going, especially as you were driving it so well. It was fine because you'd just knock it down the fairway, and I'd have a nice, easy tee shot afterwards.
So 11. So we've just played the par 3.
Yeah.
And we stand on the tee box, and it's a little dog leg left to right, and I'm standing there thinking. So Si's got the GPS on his phone. So I said to him, "So what's the bunker out there? I can see a bunker." He's like, "No, you won't get to the bunker. Purple tree with driver done."
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Oh, okay, purple tree with driver." Like, stand up there, smash driver.
Straight at the purple tree.
Straight at the purple tree. Put head cover back on. You then hit yours down there, and the 2 boys stood up with like one's gone up with a 3-iron and one's gone up with a 4, and I'm like, that's a bit weird. Anyway, they've hit theirs. So we wandered down there. I said to Simon, it gets a bit narrow down there. Literally gets a bit narrow. It's about 30 yards wide in the hitting area.
At the max, yeah.
And I was just like, why don't you tell me about that? You were like, oh, you look so confident on the tee.
What's the point? You were just hitting it so well that even if you were just slightly in the rough, you'd only had wedge into the green anyway. But you didn't. You were in the middle of possibly only 5 stripes worth of fairway that was there. And off we went. And it was, to shoot 1 under back 9. We would level par front 9 to shoot 1 under back 9.
And we did have a little chuckle to ourselves and said, like, we got to 1 under.
Yeah.
So we
16, 17, 18.
Yeah. So then I birdied.
You birdied the par 3.
I birdied the par 3, and then we stood on the tee shot on the par 5, and I said, wouldn't it be funny if we went eagle birdie and got in? And then I birdied the next, and then I was like, I looked at size. I was 17, like, we could actually do this.
Yeah, we needed to finish birdie, which we knew.
And then you made par on 17.
Yes, I did.
Really good par actually. Like we both probably in hindsight hit the wrong tee shot. But
we hit too much club off the tee there.
Definitely. But and then 18, I made a par down there. But it was great.
It was great day out, great golf course, great
lovely weather.
Yeah, lovely weather. Great to feel like we were part. I was part of something, to play in a PGA event left-handed, to feel like we kind of held our own as a pair, more than held our own as a pair, and we'll do it again. Yeah,
and if, from my point of view, on you, like, it was a stressful environment. You put yourself out there to fall, really. Like, essentially, it could have gone so wrong.
Yeah.
Like, the guys, nerves could have got the better of you at that stage. It could have gone wrong, but it didn't.
And the guys we were playing with didn't know
until you told them sort of later on.
Yeah.
But also at Cruise Hill, like, the clubhouse is here. You had PGA van, a putting green full of people.
PGA pros.
Like, a walkway going to the range, so everybody back and forth behind you. Yeah. And then a balcony above you with like 7, 8 tables full of people having breakfast, watching you.
Yeah.
Like,
it was proper nerve-wracking. But it was interesting. So from the nerves point of view, I would call it like nervous excitement, which is interesting, rather than nervous dread. Which is what I felt in the past at these sort of events. Whereas, almost being left-handed is quite freeing, because
anything could happen.
Like, anything could happen. I'm happy with anything happening. There's almost a reason, a rationale for anything happening. Yeah. And it allows you to go and perform.
Yeah.
And I'd love to, in the future,
Take
play
that
more
to-
events and take that kind of feeling to events,
Yeah.
rather than that, oh my god, what's going to happen today?
We came off the first tee, didn't we? And I said, I always get that feeling of like, it's not nerves. I think it's more like the adrenaline pumps through me that I have to almost stand on the tee and sort of almost try and chill myself back out.
Yeah. It's interesting for a sport that, you know,
it's so static,
and the ball sits still and you don't have to react to anybody, like how fast your heart can beat and how your adrenaline can, and you know, kind of you see what the pros do when they, you know, down the stretch and they suddenly hit an 8-iron 20-30 yards further than they've ever hit anything in the past, and you see that, don't you? So no, but yeah, all in all, an excellent day out.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Like, enjoyed it. It's a great golf course. If you are in the area like of Enfield, then Cruise Hill, great. Food was fantastic. People were really welcoming. The pro shop were great. All the staff in there were fantastic. Fantastic air conditioning after being out on a really hot golf course.
Yes, air conditioning in the shop, definitely highly recommended. So guys, as always, thank you very much for watching another video. It's lovely to make a video together. It's been a little while, so thank you all for watching to the end. If you have stuck around to the end, maybe think about subscribing to the channel. That would be awesome.
Yep. So also guys, the guys that are Patreons, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. You make our lives so much better. Like the banter and everything that goes on in that group that we've got going on is fantastic. If you'd like to become one of our Patrons, that would be fantastic. Please check out all the links below. Check out Patreon and put in PGALIFE365.
Yes, and we'll see you down here on the channel next time. Bye-bye.
We're going to win it next year. You heard it here first.
That's amazing.
Betfair Exchange. Get some odds on that.
Get some odds on.
Go on, Marcus.